Good morning, everybody. We have a mixed trade in the grain markets here early on Wednesday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. December corn futures down 1 1/4 at 424.5. January soybeans up 2 1/4 at 1193.5. December Chicago wheat unchanged at 611 1/4. December Kansas City wheat down 3/4 of a cent at 560 1/4. December spring wheat up 5 cents at 555 3/4. Some more headlines regarding Chinese soybean cancellations circulating this morning. Reuters ran a story suggesting that some Chinese soybean importers and processors are looking to cancel deals for U.S. cargoes that would have been shipped in December and January. The reasoning in this particular article, essentially the same as what we saw yesterday. Crush margins in China have collapsed amid higher bean prices. So kind of the same story here. Now, the market was able to shrug off this stuff on earlier this week on Monday and Tuesday, and is acting just fine here this morning. The soybean market's only 6 or 7 cents from contract highs. Corn's only about 5 cents from contract highs. So I don't know if maybe the amounts being suggested are just not that large, or maybe the trade doesn't believe it. But in any case, export shipments are very good. Sales have backed off a little bit, but still overall very strong. Chinese imports of U.S. soybeans rose sharply in October versus last year. China imported 3.4 million metric tons of U.S. beans. That was up 196% from last year, and I guess no surprise given all these sales. The October shipments were up sharply from September, as well as these new crop beans out of the U.S. became available. Total marketing year-to-date shipments of U.S. beans are up 70% versus the same period last year at about 24.5 million metric tons. Many key U.S. HRW wheat areas will remain dry. Looking at the maps this morning, between now and say through the first week and a half of December, looks like Oklahoma's going to catch some rain. It looks like areas of Texas will catch some rain, but a lot of areas still kind of high and dry here. Western Oklahoma, Texas Panhandle, most of Kansas, almost all of Nebraska, a lot of Colorado going to be very, very dry for the next 2 weeks at least. So I would say that the weather here for the United States in regard to the HRW wheat crop is still a problem, and we saw that big decline in ratings earlier this week from USDA in the crop progress report, and that decline was mainly due to declines in those HRW areas. Your SRW wheat areas are in good shape. They've caught some rains here recently. Extended forecasts look wet for key Brazilian soybean growing areas. There's not a whole lot here in the forecast for the next week or so, and then you've got some rains kind of on the backside of the forecast. If those rains don't materialize, that would be a problem. And I think that this soybean market is holding some South American weather premiums, certainly given the dryness. When you look at some of the projections in regard to South America or Brazilian soybean production, rather, they're really kind of all over the place. The Brazilian government was at 135 million. That's about the highest estimate out there. USDA is at 133. Some of the private groups and crop scouts are in the mid to low 130s. But I've heard trade chatter about numbers, in the mid 120s or upper 120s. So there's still a lot that we don't know, and it's still very early. U.S. stock market posted record highs yesterday. Really pretty phenomenal stuff here. Both the S&P and the Dow posted their best closes on record. The Dow closed above 30,000 for the first time ever. Optimism regarding a COVID vaccine paired with ideas of additional stimulus have helped to push that market. Reports that Joe Biden plans to introduce former Fed Chair Janet Yellen as Treasury Secretary help drive stimulus ideas. So stock market very, very strong here. Grain markets are closed tomorrow, so following today's close, which is a regular close at 1:20 Central Time, we will reopen Friday morning at 8:30. So no trade tomorrow and no evening trade on Thursday night. We'll reopen Friday morning at 8:30 following the close today. Corn market, again, has acted well. We shrugged off a lower trade yesterday. That $4.30 area in the nearby December contract is kind of your high water mark. I think 429 3/4 was your high from a couple days ago. Again, we have not seen a flash sale of either corn or soybeans to China since I believe November 6th. It still feels to me like the market is waiting on some additional Chinese business here. And maybe, in fact, some of these unknown sales that we've seen have been to China. But in any case, it still feels like the market is waiting waiting on something here. We'll see another ethanol number this morning. I wouldn't be surprised to see gasoline demand soften again, given this COVID resurgence and additional lockdowns. Those numbers are out at 9:30 Central Time. Soybean market, kind of same thing as the corn. It shrugged off a lower trade yesterday. We came back, we finished the day near unchanged. I think South American weather has something to do with this, and I don't know that the trade is thoroughly convinced that China is going to cancel a ton of beans. I'm sure there's going to be some of that. Whether or not it's a real significant amount, I don't know. Wheat futures continued to hold together well, had a really nice day yesterday. Again, I think that this U.S. weather situation remains supportive. And I think the fact that the row crop markets continue to act real well is also supportive. Cattle market had a decent day yesterday. Spot month cattle, live cattle were up more than $1. Feeder cattle were mostly higher across the board. Not much in the way of cash trade yesterday. It could be a slow week given the holiday, but the box beef market was up again yesterday. Head of the cash open, the Dow Jones is down 20 points. S&P is up just a couple, so quiet trade in the equities. The bonds are up just a little bit. U.S. dollars down just a little bit. Crude oil is up 34 cents, 45.25. So overall, a pretty quiet morning here as we get ready for the holiday. Remember, if you'd like some more information, visit my website, www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan. If you would like to know when, how, and specifically I am pricing corn, soybeans, and wheat throughout the year, check out that subscription service. It's $49 a month. It includes my morning email, which goes out every day at 6:30 Central Time, and a text message service. I'll let you know exactly what I'm doing every business day. Everyone have a happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to be in the office Friday, but I don't think I'm going to be doing any videos or newsletters. So we'll talk to you on Monday.